All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 123, being recorded live on June 27th, 2020. I'm your host, Taylor.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Andrew.
And we, of course, have a very wonderful show lined up for you guys today. Very news-heavy show. This week has been a little bit more on the insane side, especially compared to what we've had the past couple of weeks. And so, I'm not sure if we'll even have a water cooler convo or not, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, let's see. Anthony, what have you been up to this past week?
Gaming-wise, so for the first time in a month, I actually played a single-player game. I actually played 2 single-player games.
Oh, wow.
I'm leaving my comfort zone. So I checked out that, I was talking about it last week. I think it's Hard Space Shipbroker or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Checked that out. It is rather... Okay, so it's in open beta. And I refunded it through Steam. The only reason why was because I got to a certain level or ship that I had to break down, and it kept erroring for me. It wouldn't I would have to re-enter my habitation pod bit because it's in space. It wouldn't let me enter it. No matter how many times I tried doing it. So I just ended up giving up, and I think I'm just gonna wait a bit for it to be patched and be fixed, because it had only been out for a couple of days at that point.
Yeah.
So I played a good probably 3 to 4 hours of that. I actually quite enjoyed it. It is very bare bones at the moment because, as I said, it's open beta and they're still adding stuff to it. It's basically you're basically a person who's left Earth. You have $1 billion in credits of debt that you need to pay back, which is, that's the life right there. You are basically hired by this certain company that basically breaks down ships and stuff for a living. And you got to go in and cut through with lasers and stuff to find certain parts and take them back and cash them in and process them and all that kind of stuff. So it's a very interesting or unique perspective, I guess. No other game has really done that, I don't feel like. I mean, No Man's Sky kind of does a little bit with the whole collecting materials and doing this and doing that, and I believe you can take parts off your ship and whatever. What are you laughing about, Matt?
Just the chat.
Oh.
I tabbed back to it. It was funny.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's something that I'll definitely keep an eye on. Aside from that, I finally finished Halo Reach. I have finished it previously,
Nice.
but I finally finished it on PC. I'm halfway through Halo 1, so I was playing a bit of that yesterday.
Nice, okay.
I've also played some Apex as well, here and there.
All right.
I don't think I've discussed the new... Yeah, so another, limited LTE or limited time event came out for it. And it's basically a steampunk-esque kind of... there's a lot of, steampunk-esque kind of skins and, collectathon / archaeological kind of stuff in the game now.
Huh.
And some of, the single-player quests and stuff in there, collecting treasure packs, and the single-player mission side of things that they added in a while back is now very steampunk-esque. But the main... So I'm now maining Lifeline. And the main feature that is absolutely amazing now, and I really hope they consider keeping this in, is when you're rezzing someone, your healing drone does it and not you. Mm-hmm. So you deploy your drone, it pulls the person up, and you can keep shooting. Because previously it would take, if you're in a firefight, it would take too long to kind of get someone up, and they'd just run around your shield and shoot you. Now it's that came in so handy, so many times, because I was playing with another guy. I was playing with my brother and another guy we know. And those two kept going down. And not that I'm any good or anything, but
Damn.
It was an interesting thing. We were stuck behind a rock, and there were 2 teams, and when you're in a situation like that, you got to keep rezzing people in a sense, because there's the gases, or depending where you are, the rings behind you, or whatever you want to call it, the circle. I think it was in there for a bit. So you got to keep rezzing people, and that came in so handy doing that. so many times. So that's something that I really hope they keep in. Aside from that, it's just your usual like skin scenario that they do every time. It's still so they extended nap times. So previously it was like 2 hours on, 2 hours off of World's Edge and King's Canyon. Now it's like a day on, a day off of World's Edge and King's Canyon. So they're alternating between the two. King's Canyon's changed a lot, as they did for season 5, I think it was, or season 4 or something. So yeah, overall the game's in a good spot at the moment, I would say, with what they're doing.
Hello?
And they're playing around with stuff. Oh, there we
I
go.
got it working.
Finally.
Look at that.
Hi, everyone.
Hey!
Finally.
All right.
Dang.
Do you rearrange your room a little bit?
No, I think it's mirrored.
Yeah, that looks mirrored.
Okay.
I don't know what about it, but
Actually, so I just wrote. Yeah, okay, it is mirrored. Hold on. I can't stand mirrored webcams. No, seriously, it pisses me off to no end. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see video. Please.
I like Mirage's like heirloom. He's got like the trophy of himself in Apex. Obviously, I don't think I'd ever grind to get it, but I think it's, and he like, I don't know if you saw it, he does like a special animation where he like hit someone with a pork chop. It's pretty good. Big fan of the like characterizations and like silliness they have in that game.
Yeah, it definitely is. They've had a lot of cool stuff to it, and they're playing around with it as well, so which is really nice. So aside from that, that's kind of it from me for this week, I'd say.
Okay. All right. Let's see, Andrew, what have you been up to?
I finished the game finally. I finished
dang.
the game.
No, hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. I am getting trolled by my roommates.
That's other Andrew. I gave him permission.
Hold up, Taylor. I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
That can be a lot worse, and we both know.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, I need to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just keep rolling with it.
Okay.
Just keep it going. It's only the podcast. It's not that bad.
I need to at least mute.
funny.
Look, most people listen to an audio version, so nobody's gonna know either way.
Yeah, hold on.
Good. So good.
But yeah, I finished The Last of Us 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a good game. I really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely times where I was like, oh man, I don't want to play this. Like, I'm not excited to get back into it. Like, this minute it's just dragging a little bit.
God, I can't do anything with you people anymore. Okay.
But in hindsight, like after playing through the whole story, I was like, okay, I get why this part exists.
Okay, I'm sorry. What game are you talking about?
This is The Last of Us 2.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I saw on Twitter or on Discord you finished it.
I finished it. Yeah,
Okay.
it was really good.
Okay.
Even I think the story was great.
Okay.
You know, it's emotional, it's brutal, it's great. I think it was fantastic. And like, even if you have already spoiled yourself, I think maybe check out anyway, because it did, you know, like it subverted my expectations a lot.
Okay.
So I thought that was neat, even though I wasn't spoiled.
Yeah.
There was parts I did not see coming, or parts that were like cool. I don't want to get into spoiler character. I think we're gonna do a spoiler cast maybe this week, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah.
With some people on the site. So we'll get our thoughts out there. But it was really good, and I think it stands with some of the best games of this generation for sure.
Okay.
And I think the gameplay it's really good. Like, I've heard people comparing. I mentioned it last week, comparing it to like Metal Gear Solid 5, and now it's kind of like that, because you can kind of like get in and out of stealth really quickly. Like, you can dive down. You're always moving if you want to be moving. Like, doesn't make you stop and like lock into like cover. The shooting is really, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, your reticle moves a lot, but it's really satisfying when you can like kind of crank out like some like really fast headshots if you need to, or if you have come up with a good idea to like attack like a certain encounter.
Okay.
And the other one I saw compared to was like Hotline Miami, because of just like, you're in this encounter, there's people here, there's people there, like, what is the best, most efficient route to like either murder these people or get around them?
Sure. Okay.
So like, I don't. It's obviously not as fast paced and like as crazy as Hotline Miami, but I see the comparisons, and I think I think people should give it a shot, even if they're already spoiled on the story, because the gameplay is it's pretty unique and enjoyable. And you can always skip the cutscenes if you really don't want to deal with that. So
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Sure.
Interesting. All right. So have you been playing anything else or?
Just a little bit of Modern Warfare here and there. I like grinded out a gun last night because I hate myself. So I'm sitting
Nice.
here.
Okay.
I'm sitting here getting kills with an LMG near smoke. 15 times. I was just like, ugh. It was.
Got to get that plat.
I wanted the Bruin. I was like, I want that LMG. So I'm gonna sit here and throw smoke the entire game and get my kills.
Just camp it. Okay.
It was not a fun experience, but that's okay. I got the gun now. and I
So
haven't played with
everything's
it
good
yet.
in the world.
Yeah, I haven't even played with it yet, but now
Oh,
I have
okay.
it. And that's all that matters.
All right. Fair enough.
But that's been about it for me.
All right. So Matt, what have you been up to?
I really hate that you ended with me there because I'll be honest, I haven't been doing much in terms of gaming this past week.
Oh, okay.
Outside my usual CS:GO shenanigans,
Oh.
I've still been playing Wildfire. Finally got the co-op partner I needed to play through that game a bit. It's actually a lot more fun in co-op than I thought it was gonna be, because it's a stealth-based game, which means that stealth is the preferable option.
But
And
not
while
the only
I-
option.
Yes, and while I prefer to try to follow by the books and figure out things, I have my other friend, not this Andrew, but another Andrew, who, let's just say he likes going loud.
Okay.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We've also figured out some very useful game mechanics in
Oh.
that game as well that we've been exploiting to assist our endeavors.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, outside of that, it's just been CS:GO and that for the most part. My life's just been dominated by IRL stuff this week.
All right. Fair enough.
It happens.
Yeah. Let's see. This past week, I have not played any video games. I spent my nights going on Twitter and 4chan. No.
Still
that's,
nothing out of the usual.
that's only partially true. It's like, it's like, oh, are you winning, son? It's like, no, I don't even play games anymore. All I do is, like, go on Twitter endlessly scrolling. Yeah, that was kind of me this past week. No, I'm joking. I've been playing a bit of Battlefield 4 still. That game had a nice little batch of life kind of baked into it when it re-released on Steam a couple weeks ago. So,
Oh, it did?
yeah,
Didn't realize.
super populated multiplayer servers lately. And so yeah, that's it's always a fun game to go to. Played a little bit of Doom Eternal before I only have one last level to go on it because I had stopped playing it because of like de novo and everything got added. Well, they removed de novo, so I re-downloaded it, started playing it again. And so yeah, before I actually just complete the last level, I want to get the Unmaker, and so I have to get like the purple challenges done for every level, I think, whatever, to get the Unmaker. So
Yes.
okay. Yeah.
I know. I think I saw a game on sale on Steam. There's a Steam sale going on right
$30
now.
right now, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might have to pick that up finally.
It's a good game. It's a
I
game.
enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I need something in between now and Ghost of Tsushima, so I gotta like get something that's like short enough but
Also,
still good. Right?
okay.
It's it felt like good that time pretty good. I mean, it's not a heavy time sink. I think it was like 10 to 12 hours in my first playthrough.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and
Look.
the replayability is super high as well.
I'm really annoyed with the game actually because like I don't know, one of
Why?
the purple like one of the purple challenges I need to get is on the cultist base level, which is like the second or third level. It's like the first snow level you get to or whatever. And it is such a long and tedious level going up to the like purple area, like the purple gate or whatever, to get into the challenge area. And it's just like, okay, I played through the level once or whatever, got to the purple area, accidentally advanced and couldn't go back to that section of the level needed because they started blocking you off arbitrarily, trying to figure out how to get the key to unlock that gate. And so I was just like, I just quit the game there. And then the other day I went back to it and, started going through the cultist level. And then it's like, I had to go do something else. So I had to quit in the middle of the level, which in Doom Eternal, if you quit in the middle of the level, you have to restart the whole level next time you start playing. And it's just like, oh my God, I can't even be bothered right now.
So
Yeah, that's probably the longest level in the game, I'd say.
Yeah.
it's like level based. Like you can't just. I guess if I just put my like game in suspend mode or something, that'd be fine, right?
I guess
Yeah.
so. I played it on PC, so I don't have like suspend mode.
Yeah, well, now that
You have
mention
alt tab.
Yeah, but my PC will explode probably trying to keep up with that alt tabbing.
Mm.
I tried
Hey,
to
Taylor.
like run Modern Warfare on my PC and it just,
Oh,
oh my god, it's not working.
What's up, Matt?
Sure.
I have a question. This week, have you been talking smack about Nickelback at all?
No, I haven't. Thank you for asking.
No.
All right.
The trolling continues.
Yeah. And then let's see. Thursday, I wasn't feeling too well. I had a little bit of a stomach bug, so I just trying to like did a mix of laying down and playing Ace Combat 7. I actually marathoned Ace Combat 7 on Thursday. Like just the whole day, I just straight played through Ace Combat 7 from beginning to end. So, yeah.
How does that rank in your Ace Combats?
So probably number 1 or 2, probably.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I
didn't
really
realize
enjoy it.
Nice.
The theoretical Ace Combat 8 will be really good because like I noticed the second time around playing through 7, it's kind of just like a one big return to form and everything. They don't necessarily do anything like new or different with the formula, and it's like there's lots of callbacks to the previous game, so it's kind of like a celebration of what they've previously done in a sense and everything. But yeah, anyway.
Funnily enough, I found that like Ace Combat 2,
Uh-huh.
I think it was 2, was like my favorite.
Okay.
And I think it still is.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Just like the whole like mechanics of it and everything.
Okay.
Quite unique.
Yeah.
So,
5 I think still might be my favorite, all things considered. So anyway, all the Ace Combat games are good. At least the ones in like their fictional universe ones. I don't think like the real life based ones are incredible. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much been it for me in gaming this week. Before moving into the news, as usual, we have some housekeeping segments. The main site is, of course, cultureofgaming.com. There you can find the latest gaming news, reviews, opinion pieces, etc., etc. I reviewed a $50 Chinese headset, and it didn't suck. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, so that's up there. Go ahead and read that. And then we have a community Discord, a link to which you can find on the right-hand side sidebar of the main site, where you can chat to everyone you see on the podcast, as well as pretty much all of the staff at COG. So you want to hit them up about an article they wrote, disagree with them, agree with them, or just all around talk about it, go ahead and join a community Discord, a link to which, again, you can find on the right-hand side sidebar of the main site. All right, anyway, and then past that stuff, there is a Facebook page. There's facebook.com/the COD Network, which is the Facebook page for the main site, and then facebook.com/PowerUpPodcast, which is the Facebook page for the podcast here in itself. And then Twitter at the COD Network, Instagram at Culture of Gaming, YouTube.com/Culture of Gaming, Twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming, and I think that's pretty much it. And then lastly, if you'd like to find a repository of all the previously recorded podcasts, you can head on over to wherever you can find podcasts, be it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Podcast Addicts, etc., Podbean, wherever you find audio podcasts. Yes, did we delete the MySpace account? Yes, we've deleted the MySpace account. That has been the thing for at least a year. Oh, I don't think I've shouted that out in at least a year.
it's still there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So it's still a thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not shouting it out because I don't think it ever gets updated.
Congratulations, you just played yourself, though.
Okay. Okay, I haven't shouted it out for like at least a year at this point.
No.
Okay, so anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So audio repository of all the previously recorded podcasts, anywhere you can find podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Podcasts, etc. I'm about to ban a moderator.
Do it. You won't.
And if you'd like to watch a video repository of the podcast, as the podcast is recorded live every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming, you can head on over to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/Culture of Gaming, where you can find video recordings of everything. All right, so anyway, getting right into the news segment. Well, Mixer. You guys remember Mixer, the streaming site that has the full backing of Microsoft and everything? You know, that Mixer. Well, it got axed. It's dead. D-E-D, dead. So this news came out, let's see here, around June 22nd, so kind of near the very beginning of this week and everything. Microsoft is shutting down Mixer and moving most of its streamers to Facebook Gaming as part of a strategic partnership it's entering with Facebook. The major streamers locked into exclusivity deals with Mixer, including stars like Ninja, King Gathalion, and Shroud, will be So yeah, this was a little bit. This article is like super up to date because I think it was written a little bit later or whatever. But it was originally reported that like so Mixer would be shutting down. All the guys who like were signed an exclusivity deal, you know, Ninja Shroud and everything from Twitch to Mixer, were originally intended as part of the Mixer Facebook deal to go onto Facebook Gaming and stream there. But I guess some behind the scenes stuff happened, and then those talents in particular basically leveraged the company to buy out their exclusivity contract or whatever, because I'm sure, you know, when they signed it, they had quite the exit clause and if they so desired and everything. So they must have leveraged that, and so now they are technically free agents, so they're free to go back to whatever streaming platform they want, albeit back to Twitch or YouTube Gaming, or the supposedly rumored Spotify game streaming service, which we'll no, I'm serious, which we'll get into maybe a little bit later. But yeah. So the Verge article here, which is where I'm reading from, is says you know, they'll be releasing the contracts. Microsoft says it's up to them where they decide to go. Reportedly that they got 20 to 30 million off the buyout, or Ninja in particular got 20 to 30 million off his buyout contract. So if he wasn't already set for life, then he definitely is.
Damn.
No.
What? Dude, that's awesome. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Straight up though.
Yeah.
Honestly though, it's hard to hate like any aspect of this on the talent side or whatever. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's kind of like Monopoly bank error in your favor, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it's a super bummer though, unfortunately. Like, but
Yeah.
good for those guys.
Yeah. So yeah, certainly some money was made. I don't think any of them have come out and said yet which platform they're going back to ever since this happened. So yeah.
I have like a sneaking suspicion that probably Ninja won't go back to Twitch.
Probably not. No.
It seems like YouTube has been getting a better, like, you know, they've been signing some people and their numbers have been going up, I want to say. But like Twitch is just this monster, so we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah. I mean, for whatever, like, you know, say they don't end up going to like YouTube Gaming, and I mean, definitely they're probably not going to Facebook Gaming or anything. It doesn't seem like, because they would have just kept the contract as it was. Yeah. So it's like, you know, if they don't, it would be one hell of a launch party for any new streaming service to launch with, you know, those three guys. So
yeah,
that's kind of the way I see it.
Yeah.
So, not that Microsoft is hurting for money or anything, but like, I don't know, Microsoft took quite a loss on this whole Mixer debacle, you know, and it kind of bewilders me that Microsoft, you know, one of the world's largest software companies, was not able to successfully market a streaming platform that was already built into home consoles, by the way, you know.
Did they say how much they bought it for?
Mixer or?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Facebook Gaming bought Mixer. I think if Microsoft decided to discontinue Mixer and then like say, hey, we're going to focus our like the resources that would usually be going to Mixer, we're going to partner with Facebook Gaming and like dump those into there.
It wasn't like a buyout?
No, it wasn't a buyout.
Huh. That's interesting.
It was a streamer buyout from the fact that Mixer bought out contracts for the streamers.
Yeah.
But I think Andrew was referring to like a brand buyout.
Yeah. Like, because they're not Mixer anymore. Like, I was assuming that like Facebook bought them for like the tech or whatever, but
I don't know. Doesn't look like it.
No, not that I've read.
Interesting.
Since it's then just kind of to give you an idea about like how bad Mixer was. Since its birth in August 2017, Mixer has struggled to find a foothold in the live streaming wars. It's always been the smallest of the major streaming platforms, and in numerical terms, it hasn't managed to draw the kind of audiences that would make the venture sustainable. April's Stream Elements and Arsenal.gg live streaming industry report had the writing on the wall, where Twitch posted 100% year-over-year growth in terms of hours watched, and Facebook Gaming grew a full 238% compared to April 2019. Mixer only managed to grow 0.2%.
Yeah, this is.
That hurts. That really hurts. That's a yikes for me, bro.
Yeah. And Mitzer's final day on this earth will be July 22nd, 2020. Any partnered streamers already on Mitzer through their partner program will be free to migrate to Facebook Gaming on or before that date, and they will automatically get their partner status on Facebook Gaming. So,
Sure.
yeah. All right.
Interesting.
All right, Matt, as Culture of Gaming's resident streamer, what do you think of all this?
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, to be fair, we all knew the axe was coming to Mixer. It was just a matter of sooner or later, and it's just kind of the speed at which the axe is falling is quite impressive.
Okay. Yeah.
That's basically my thoughts on it.
Yeah, because it's like, literally a month after the announcement of Mitzer dying, it's going to be gone. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Right. All right, Anthony.
What?
Any like particular thoughts about this at all?
Well, there is a topic that we're probably going to discuss later on and say, relating to this, so I'm not going to go into that side of things, but like, with these, I don't know, like, I feel like Ninja's not going to go to Twitch. Twitch is obviously where it's at, because Twitch is predominantly the first and the biggest game streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like probably next natural progression will be YouTube gaming, to be honest, for a lot of these people. I don't think Shroud's going to go back to Twitch either,
Okay.
because some of the stuff that he said about Twitch wasn't good. So I feel like unless they've changed a lot, or unless they're interested in changing for these guys to come back,
Yeah.
then if anything, Twitch has gotten worse because of the whole like moderation board and stuff.
Yeah.
Twitch is an interesting spot, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
So-
with this week.
I'm sorry.
Especially with everything happening this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of allegations
Exactly.
and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that kind of as we transition into the next story too, which is relevant to everybody's favorite streaming platform, Twitch.tv, right? Formerly of Justin
here right
TV
now.
Frame. Hey, we're back. I would say don't want to bite the hand that feeds, but whatever. Anyway.
His hand doesn't feed, and we both know it.
Exactly. All right. Anyway, I mean, alternatively, we could just start streaming on D Live, right? If we get banned from Twitch. So I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
Just start streaming on YouTube.
Yeah. Nerd Awakens says that interesting that Microsoft decided to shut down Mitzer and their Microsoft stores on the same week. Yeah, I'd say
I
so.
didn't know they shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
There's
fair,
this,
like
article-
Microsoft stores have been coming for a while.
Yeah, I think Microsoft stores were honestly just like glorified demo and tech support locations.
Oh yeah. They
Oh
were.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually seen someone buy something at the Microsoft store before.
To be
So
fair, the Surface that I have, which is a very Microsoft product,
yeah,
purchased at Best Buy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not gonna lie there.
yeah,
I was going to say though with Mixer specifically, it's taken them a long time to realize that this project isn't going to work because they haven't grown really. They haven't grown in like a good solid year.
right.
Yes,
they've
they've
grown
picked up
0.2% in a year. That's growth right there.
Yeah, hell yeah. They've picked up Ninja, they've picked up, Shroud, blah, 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 but, like, they haven't grown, and they haven't been growing at a steady rate. They haven't really done anything different. So, yeah.
The
Right.
one thing that they probably needed to try to do to be able to grow was grab, like, an esports sponsorship, to be honest. That could have been one saving grace in their regards.
Yeah,
Because even, like, Facebook got ESL CSGO rights for a year.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it really hurt their viewership, but I mean, ESL got, Facebook got more recognized as a streaming service out of that, which
right.
is why they're still up and running. But it's like they just went so hard into streamers, they forgot about what the biggest contributor to Twitch is, which is the esports market.
What's interesting, though, is, like, when these, like, say, when Ninja came over to Mixer initially,
Mhm.
okay, his first few days, he had, like, a higher number of viewers,
Mhm.
okay? And then that viewership dropped off. So it's interesting that people didn't stay on the platform.
To be fair, it's honestly, I find Mixer kind of annoying to traverse.
I don't know. I think another aspect of that too is that there just wasn't other people to go watch once Ninja stops streaming, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
apparently people are lazy enough that, like, when Ninja stops streaming, they don't want to type in twitch.tv back into their URL bar or, you know, click the bookmark tab at the top. So, yeah. So it's like, well, it's just like you're going to go to Twitch, and it's like, oh, once Dr. Lupo stops streaming, I guess I'll go watch Pokemon or whatever, you know? And just
I think part of it was like the ecosystem too. A lot of people have subs.
Dr. Disrespect.
Like they have subs on Twitch, right? So like, oh,
Yeah,
now I gotta take my money and put it into Mixer.
Yeah.
I'll just be over here
Yeah.
with my emotes and stuff like that over here and not deal with that. I mean, yeah, I could see how it happened. Like I didn't go to Mixer that often to watch stuff, and I liked Shroud enough to watch him on Twitch.
Yeah.
Shroud is he's a cool personality.
I'm gonna be honest. It's like I really don't have like a horse in this race because I just don't watch like Twitch. Yeah, like that's the thing. I just don't watch like Twitch live streaming all that much. So anyway,
It's the same with me. People like time zones and whatever. If I watch anything, it's gonna be like a YouTube video relating to a stream that happened a couple of days ago. That's gonna be because I'm never like awake during those times. So
fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, well, I think outside of F's in the chat for Mitzer, there's nothing else to say, right? Congratulations to Shroud and Ninja for being incredibly rich, getting set for life. Good for them.
Bummer people lost their jobs, most likely, the people at Mixer. So hopefully they...
all 26 people at Mitzer.
Hey.
Yeah, no, that is still relevant, especially today,
Especially
right?
especially in this time, right?
Yeah. I'd imagine they could go over to another division of Microsoft quite easily, or maybe go over to Facebook Gaming as part of their staff. So
Yeah, hopefully.
So we wish the best for the
Maybe.
Mitzer staff, of course. All right, so this is the big breaking news of the past 24 hours, in all honesty. And, you know, so the current time is 3:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on June 27th, 2020. And this is this story as we know it to be at this current time. There's a chance this story will be well and developed and updated by the time that this podcast recording goes out, and a statistically median majority of our viewers listen to it. So we're bringing you the story as we know it to be during this time. Dr. Disrespect, you know, the king of disrespect himself, on Twitch. He's actually a pretty entertaining dude. I know I said I didn't watch Twitch a whole lot, and I don't.
He's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, but it's
He's
like the
really
clips of
good.
him pretty good. You know, it's like maybe I've peeped his stream a couple of times, but yeah, Dr. Disrespect is cool. I saw I've seen him in person. Dude's a unit. He's like 6'7". He's really tall.
I think we saw him at E3.
Yeah, we saw him when we went to E3. Yeah.
Like, we didn't believe it was him because he just looked too big.
Yeah.
He's like literally a foot and a half taller than me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
a tall-
accurate.
I'm not a tall person.
Dang.
I consider myself somewhat tall, but I felt dwarfed by him. Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, anyway, so so this is the hot story. Dr. Disrespect has been permanently banned from Twitch. All right. And that is kind of the extent that we know of like all the facts. All I know is that it seems as though he's been permanently banned. His donations and subs for the month of June have been refunded to the people that got him. Yeah.
Donations too?
Yeah, donations too.
Oh,
Yeah.
That hurts.
that's
Yeah.
well.
Now
From what
that's
you can keep going, but
Okay.
from what, yeah.
Prime
Oh.
subs have been revoked. And yeah, nobody really seems to know what the hell is going on. Well, actually, no, that's not entirely true, I guess. People on Twitter who are in like kind of the leaker community or, you know, kind of the behind the scenes stuff. So you're like Sir Stoots, you're Rob / I forget his last name on Twitter or whatever, who are usually like pretty reliable sources, all claim to say, oh, I know exactly what's going on, but due to the sensitive nature of what's going on, I'm not going to talk about it. So, you know what? It actually does seem like a lot of people are in the know about what actually realistically happened and everything, although Twitch and the doc himself have not made any formal statement yet regarding what happened and whatnot. There are certainly, there do seem to be a lot of people that might know what's going on specifically, but they don't want to talk about it for whatever reason. they seem fit or whatever, or they see fit. It's entirely up to their choice. I am actually kind of impressed that with how many people kind of know about it, nothing has actually gotten out yet about it. But I think so. Although at this point, I think it's only just a matter of time. So, yeah, that is kind of currently where we stand. Tangentially related is that Discord dropped their direct partnership with Dr. Disrespect. It was first reported that they banned his Discord account, but that's not the truth. They just dropped him from their partner program. His account is still active. His server that he directs all of his Twitch followers to is still active also. And I guess supposedly he's been online most of the day today, but he hasn't really said anything about it. So
Okay.
yeah. All right, Anthony. So you're a Dr. Disrespect fan. What do you think is going on?
Okay. So, he's controversial. He's pretty darn controversial.
He's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Some would say.
Wow.
Some would say.
Wow.
But that's him. I am.
Sure, that's his character.
Pretty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pretty big fan of his character and how he plays it and how he is in general. Props to him for doing such an amazing job on growing who he is as a person, because he's not like that in real life at all.
Okay.
So it's interesting that he's only been banned once previously, and that was during the E3. That was the E3 last year, or
yeah,
I think it was
when we went to E3.
He walked into a public bathroom.
And filmed it. Yeah. And filmed it inside the public bathroom. He wasn't trying to film people taking, doing their business or anything necessarily. It was more like he was going in there for a skit or whatever he was shooting, and didn't really think about the other people in there.
Yeah, definitely oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To say the least.
I don't know. Nobody really knows why he's been banned. I mean, he could have said something politically incorrect. I don't know. It depends. He hasn't done that previously, so he must have done something that Twitch doesn't deem as good for their channel,
right.
Whether it be, political correctness or whatever. He doesn't really do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I don't know. Maybe maybe he hasn't been banned and he's done his own thing. Maybe he's working on his own thing.
Okay. Maybe. All right, so so a couple things to bring into the story here, right? Is so Dr. Disrespect signed a multi-year exclusivity streaming deal with Twitch last year, around the same time Mitzer and Shroud signed their exclusivity deals with Mitzer. Ninja. I said Mitzer and Shroud. Ninja and Shroud signed their exclusivity deals with Mitzer and everything. Because, there's lots of speculation at the time. There's maybe Dr. Disrespect will go over to Mitzer too, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But no, he signed an exclusivity deal with Twitch late last year, and that was for a few years. So, it's this was definitely... Whatever developed seemed to have developed within the past few months, if that, or whatever. Or maybe within the past few weeks. Definitely seemed kind of quick. There are two kind of so... There's this video on YouTube here. I'm going to try and pull it up really quick of his last 8 minutes on stream. Okay. Whatever. Before he ended it and then got banned. So it basically here it is. I'm going to drop it in the chat here. And language is advised, by the way. So, all right. Around 2 minutes in, he checks his phone. And then, at least in my opinion, his whole demeanor kind of changes a little bit, okay? He's trying to visibly shaken up by around whatever he sees on his phone. And then he goes a little bit off the... I don't want to say off the rails, but then he starts talking about, David Icke, who is, this big conspiracy theorist. No, I'm serious. He starts talking about David Icke for a little while, and then he starts watching, this Roblox video, too. And then... This is around 4 or 5 minutes in, if I remember correctly. He, it looks like he's acknowledging someone who came into his room or whatever, or was trying to talk to him in real life or whatever. And then near the end of the clip, it's just it seems like he's startled by a loud noise or something, or he's reacting to a loud noise in his environment. And then he kind of starts ending the stream quite quickly. One theory I heard is that it's he's getting knocked by the cops or something like that. I don't believe that to be the case. But that kind of leads me to my next thing is that, so there are two prevailing theories I've seen going around this the past 24 hours or so. One is that he's in some sort of criminal legal trouble or so. And this is regardless of whether or not you believe the cop interpretation of the video, just in general, or whatever. He's in some sort of legal trouble or whatever, or this is a contract dispute. So yeah, kind of the causes for it being a legal issue is I've heard things from tax evasion to sexual assault go around, because this past week there have been lots of Me Too stuff going around, Twitch, especially Twitch, the kind of the gaming sphere in general, because a lot of the esports things I follow have done their fair share of stuff going around it too. And so yeah, maybe it could be something related to that. I don't know. I don't think what happened to Doc here is related to a criminal investigation necessarily, unless he's part of an enterprise or organization of criminals. Because so the way the U.S. legal system works is that civil proceedings aren't typically made public, but criminal proceedings are. Everything. And so if it was a criminal proceeding, then we probably would have gotten his mugshot at this point, in all honesty. We probably would have figured out the case file, unless, of course, the caveat to that is that there's some sort of criminal enterprise around Doc or whatever, because usually what happens is that law enforcement will wait to release the public details of criminal proceedings until everyone in said criminal enterprise has been detained or arrested or whatever, has been caught. So, I mean, that could always be a possibility. Again, don't mistake what I'm saying for accusing Doc of, tax or of, money laundering or, tax evasion or anything like that, because, obviously innocent until proven guilty. I'm not accusing him of anything or anything like that. I'm just saying it's that could be a possibility or whatever that could be going on, which is why we haven't seen anything about it. The deep state, the lizard people are behind this. I don't know. Maybe that's why they were upset about him mentioning David Icke, because that's David Icke's big shtick is the whole reptilian lizard people. Yeah, it's yeah.
Hell yeah. I have to look into this. I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Yeah, and so alternatively, and it could be a contract dispute. Okay. It's granted, we mentioned in the previous segment, that's kind of why I front-loaded that segment versus this one, is, allegedly Spotify is trying to, is going to make its own video streaming service, and Mixer, Shroud, and Doc are on, in talks to get in with the ground floor and everything. But then, obviously, Twitch found out Dr. Disrespect was, negotiating a new contract, even though he had just signed the exclusivity one on Twitch. That could create some legal issues there. So
yeah. Now this is what I would believe to be the most correct thing, because he is very money oriented.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, yes, he did sign a multi-year contract with Twitch, but if someone comes along and he's like, "Hey, we're going to give you more money," and he's talked about the whole Ninja situation, the whole this, the whole that, and them getting millions of dollars for going over to Mixer.
Yeah.
Even though, according to him, it's going to be a failure and it's not going to work, and they're not going to get anything out of it apart from the money. But according to him,
he was right. All they really did get out of it was the money. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was saying props to them because of blah blah blah. So I feel like if he was offered more money and it was more of an opportunity to be the Kickstarter to a massive new streaming platform, then I feel like he would go for it without a problem.
Yeah, this is personally the theory that I'm leaning more towards and everything, just because, this would classify as a civil lawsuit or whatever, which is why the details wouldn't be quite known, and there would be various non-disclosures having to be signed by both legal parties and everything, so that's why nobody's really been saying anything, and whatever, response or comment has to happen would have to be, very lawyered, reviewed, and, edited and everything. So yeah, that's kind of what I think is going on. Is maybe Doc is trying to renegotiate a contract or get into a new contract, because I don't know. I think it's fair for him to want to leave Twitch with a lot of the things happening on the platform right now.
Yeah.
Not just this week, but within the past few months also. The various moderation woes, stuff like that, and everything. This kind of alternative theory that I've also kind of been figuring out was maybe as previously mentioned, the whole Me Too thing is sweeping Twitch pretty hard right now, and which it's in a lot of ways, rightfully so, right? Because, obviously, people who are sexually assaulted legitimately, it's like, it's good for them to come out and accuse those and everything. If you are legitimately a victim of this crime or whatever, then it's like, it's important for you to like have your story told. And then oftentimes when someone starts it, other people are encouraged to share theirs, which is all fine and good and everything. So what I almost think happened is I wonder if some like popular Twitch like female streamer or something, or maybe someone on Twitch staff or whatever, maybe went to Twitch and said, "Oh, Dr. Disrespect, sexually assaulted me or whatever, or sexually harassed me or whatever." Twitch did their own little like internal behind the scenes investigation, and well, quite clearly their verdict was Doc was guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, no criminal charges have been put out yet. So
Yeah.
It's definitely a weird situation. We haven't heard anything. Like,
Mhm.
so there's been a lot going on in the gaming industry in general this week with, accusations,
Yeah.
big people stepping down from, Ubisoft, and it's been a week,
Yeah.
for sure. So it's, to me, like, it's definitely plausible that he's part of that. I'm not going to rule that out, but obviously I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But all that stuff has usually been started on like a social media, like it's been usually been put into a public space first,
Yeah.
and then gone through like other things have happened as a result.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like there's Twitch streamers like I'm just gonna say Angry Joe, who had some stuff come out about him, and like he's still on Twitch.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of weird things going on for sure, and that's why I'm gonna agree with Taylor. I think this is most likely a legal thing, or a contract, something legal that no one can talk about, because this is like airtight. Like people have not,
This
like.
But I don't know. So it's like the reason why I even brought up like, oh, maybe he got accused of it or whatever, is because a lot of the people who claim to be in the know, which take that with a grain of salt. It could be all like they could all be full of and everything, right? But Slasher, who's usually, or Rod Breslau, who's usually a pretty good, like, reliable leaker or, like, source of information for this sort of thing, he first said, he first, like, broke that it was a permaban and not just, like, a suspension or whatever, and he said, oh, it's not a DMCA and everything. It didn't come from Twitch's, like, safety department, which is who usually handles bans and everything. Can someone call the safety department for Alinity's cat? Anyway.
And other things that happen on Twitch.
Yeah. Anyway.
Watching through this video, you literally see him like die on the inside a bit.
A little bit.
It's pretty sad because like he's watching that Roblox video like he's watching the last moments of his life.
I know.
Like he's just sitting there stone cold, just staring at this video.
Yeah, he's just like crying almost. It's
like if it wasn't for the shades, it'd be obvious that he would be tearing up. But
yeah,
one interesting quote that I caught during this, and I wrote it down. Where was it in my notes? A hell of a quote is around like the 240-ish mark. He says, "Yeah, I kind of want to get off, but I don't want to get off now."
Yeah, it's kind of like this is your last moments. Live it up.
Well,
yeah.
To be honest, like the whole thing, like from the very start, it sounds like he's prefacing a ban or that he's leaving, kind of, because he's talking to his chat and he's like, don't let it. He's saying stuff like, "Don't let anyone bring me down, no matter what happens in life, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
And then it's like, he starts talking about David Icke, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's like he knows something's going on even before the whole, like, he checks his phone or whatever he's doing. He changes his stream from playing Warzone to just chatting.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to look at his phone, in my opinion, but he does definitely look at something, and you see his mouth, like, drop.
Yeah,
it's like,
there's definitely
okay.
the change in
Something's not
demeanor around the 2-minute mark or so, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe he was just, I don't know.
So
he is a character, right?
Right,
so
yeah, exactly. It's like,
if...
I'm not the person to talk about whether or not this is in or out of character for Dr. Disrespect necessarily. I'm just saying, to me, it looks like that, because I don't watch enough of him to really know
out
his
of character for him.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty out of character. He doesn't do this.
Like, his character is known for like boasting and being like confident because like he knows, like I bet himself he knows personally that he's pretty bad at a lot of games, but he acts like he's the hottest stuff, and,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's
it's
pretty
so
nice.
entertaining
Yeah,
to watch.
okay.
So good.
Like he's like a silver 3, in CS:GO or something. He just acts like he's the baddest mofo around. It's the funniest thing.
Okay. Yeah,
And
so
it's like Valorant.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
It's pretty funny, some of the stuff in that.
I'm going to read
yeah.
through a few tweets from Rod Breslau
Sure.
because to maybe kind of indicate how the story is going here. So June 26th, sources, Dr. Disrespect has been permanently banned from Twitch. This is when the story first started and everything. Sources, it's not DMCA, which would mean, oh, he didn't get suspended because, like, oh, he played copyrighted music or whatever. This might be a little bit mysterious.
I'm sure he does a lot.
Yeah. And then 18 hours ago, all Dr. Disrespect Twitch subs have been refunded. Discord partnership has been removed, which we talked about earlier. Dr. Disrespect's wife, Mrs. Assassin, has posted the following message to her Instagram. And this message is as it reads, the outpouring of love, support, strength, and kindness from the arena, which I believe he refers to like his Discord community or whatever, or his sub-community, has truly been overwhelming. You all have made my heart full, and I cannot thank you enough. No one better out there than the Champions Club. You guys are amazing. Much love to you all. So she posted that on Instagram, and again, this is all coming from @slasher on Twitter. And he says, look, for several hours now I've been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I've refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. So that little tidbit there, as well as a couple other people saying like, oh, he's not just done from Twitch, he's done from the industry. He's completely blacklisted from the industry now. Is kind of why I floated the whole idea of like, oh, maybe he got accused of something behind the scenes or whatever, and it all kind of came to a head now. And then Rod goes ahead and posts, the last few minutes of his Twitch stream, and as well as the YouTube video that I shared in the chat there. And then he says today he was fairly quiet today up until around 20 minutes ago, where he said. Anonymous Reddit post, 4chan, Tets, and Keemstar, don't believe everything you read on the internet. And that's kind of where it stands. The 4chan post he must be referring to is this green text that went viral. This came from /V, which is the video game board. It's this green text that says, Doc, Shroud, and Ninja were in talks on launching a new streaming platform. We're approached by Spotify under Google in order to sign contracts and launch in the coming weeks on Spotify's soon-to-be-announced streaming service. No, it will not be under the Spotify brand name. Doc reportedly approached multiple streamers personally on Twitch in order to facilitate a platform shift. Twitch reportedly found out when a streamer close to him tipped them off. As a result, Twitch's legal team completely terminated his contract and is currently filing motions for civil lawsuits. Both Doc, Twitch, and Spotify are currently undergoing legal mediation. No one can talk or discuss this due to the NDAs imposed by Google. Twitch is going full damage control and attempting to drag Google into lawsuits in order to prevent and or taint their launch. These will all be filed Monday. And the poster claims that he's a former Twitch system admin with his 2 weeks filed because Twitch is about to get hammered by Big Daddy G. So...
Okay.
Not sure I believe every single detail about this green text, but again, we'll come Monday, we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's really interesting thing.
So that's pretty much the story as we know it to be right now. Andrew, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, if they do launch this thing, it'll be interesting. I don't know how long it would have take to, like, I don't know the effort and technology and all that stuff it would take to launch a new platform. Obviously, it would be a lot.
Yeah.
So unless these people knew that Mixer was going down ahead of time to get like Ninja and Shroud, because that happened earlier this week.
Yeah.
So like, no way Spotify or whoever is like, oh, we're getting the platform ready like perfectly on time with their release. So unless they knew beforehand, I don't know. It makes sense because this has been such an airtight thing. Yeah. That like there's something that's just happening that no one can talk about, and not a Me Too type segment, and he's got support from his wife, it sounds like. Right, yeah. Obviously he's had some issues with that in the past. You know.
Yeah, it was 3 years ago. He admitted he had been like unfaithful to his wife or whatever. But to my knowledge, they had worked through it. And I mean, Twitch even knew about that whole thing once they signed him to the exclusivity deal.
Right.
Oh yeah, last year.
And that's not. I mean, that's like more of a character thing. You know, as a person reflects on you as not being a great person rather than anything that has to do with your business. You know, there's choose them to not sign him for being a jerk or whatever. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I guess we'll probably have to wait till Monday, and when the news will most likely get officially announced of some sort.
I'm still thinking it'll be leaked at some point this weekend.
You would think, but it's been over 24 hours. I don't think that there's been a peep.
Yeah. Supposedly, Keemstar is close to figuring it out, according to his Twitter.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I hate to say, but if there's anybody on the internet that has connections and has the willpower to find out, it's Keemstar.
I guess so.
I mean, I think that guy's probably driven enough by how much money he can make off of getting the scoop.
Yeah.
To be fair, the amount of attention and clicks he'll get for figuring it out will be insane.
Also, he's been on the hot seat for the last month anyway, right?
Yeah, it's been.
From what I understand.
Oh yeah.
Keem's been involved in some drama, YouTube drama between him and H3H3.
Right. Yeah.
Which has been interesting to watch. My only thing about the comment from the green text from 4chan from the former Twitch sysadmin is if Google's launching with the partnership with Spotify, YouTube streaming already exists.
Right, that's the thing I don't understand about the green text. I don't know where Google comes into this. That's the biggest
hole in that theory.
Right. It's like Spotify isn't owned by Google. Spotify is its own separate tech company and everything, right? They're not owned by Google. The only way that I can see that is maybe Google is going to kill the YouTube live streaming stuff, or the YouTube game, maybe not live streaming in general, maybe YouTube gaming in general, and kind of do what Mixer is doing with Facebook gaming and kind of shift resources into Spotify gaming or something like that. I don't know. That's the only way I can see it now, but that'd be one hell of an announcement too, at the same time. So,
how much has YouTube grown? YouTube gaming grown?
More than Mixer.
Yeah, a lot, most likely.
Mixer, yeah.
They have some exclusive people. I think Courage JD.
Yeah, Courage JD. Yeah.
Jet them up.
Also, Spotify has been putting out some money lately.
Yeah, they got. I know they got Joe Rogan exclusive for his podcast on Spotify.
Which is I don't listen to it, but from what I'm aware, it's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, it's very large.
Yeah. Joe Rogan is massive.
Yeah, it's pretty good. In my opinion, it's one podcast that routinely listen
to. Yeah.
He's so funny, honestly.
Yeah,
just some of the things that he has such a.
So Matt, have you ever done DMT?
Yeah.
It's his sterile delivery of questions is just so funny.
Yeah,
it's so great.
Yeah. His 3.5 hour marathon podcast with Alex Jones is absolutely insane.
My god!
It is some of the funniest things I've ever seen and listened to. Yeah, it is. Okay, anyway.
Because then you have Alex Jones, who's this powerhouse when it comes to energy and bringing stuff to the table. Then you have Joe Rogan, who's just willing to ask people anything.
Yeah.
And it's the greatest experience.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So if you want some entertainment for a few hours, go check that out. Really quick, going through Keemstar's tweets here. So I was up super late actually following the story, also just waiting for something to break. No, I'm serious. I was up till 3 or 4 a.m. because I couldn't sleep for other reasons, but I figured oh yeah. Anyway, so it's I've been up all night trying to get answers. I still have no idea why Dr. Disrespect was banned. Gotta go to bed. Sorry, I tried. And then he posted the screen cap of Dot's video where he's peeking over the bathroom stall at E3. And then and then 3 hours ago, his first update regarding the story for Day said, I'm starting to get some clues. And then the latest thing, 19 minutes ago, man, I really need a break, but I can't take one. New drama alert, 2 hours.
I'm sure will be nothing, but yeah.
I might actually tune in.
I know, right? Yeah, this might be hot.
I might as well.
Watch the news.
Yeah.
Well, this is decent news. Yeah.
right? Anyway,
Um,
so
Your voice is deep again, Anthony.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
I'm wrong with
here we go
it.
again.
Wait, so what was in the wait, the what's it called? Roblox video that you watched? What was so bad about that?
I don't think there was anything.
I
The
don't think there's
Roblox
anything bad
video?
about that. No,
No, it's just
So
his
why-
like
it's just
he
kind of
just
weird.
goes like stone cold.
He's like
and
almost
doesn't
say
crying watching
anything.
children play Roblox.
I think
Yeah.
someone sent him a donation with the video link or something.
Oh, okay.
Was what I
Sure.
understand from that. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is a weird situation that I'm definitely interesting. We'll see what happens, right? I mean,
Yes, we will wait and see what happens. So either things are going to go down on Drama Alert in like an hour and a half, or we have to wait till Monday, supposedly. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to say about Dr. Disrespect's situation?
Not
Found
really.
the image of him peeking over the stall. You know what's the funny part about him peeking over the stall? Is that's just him probably standing it like straight.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah,
just
he probably
that
doesn't
tall.
have to stand on anything, right? Yeah.
He's just that tall.
There's another good picture I saw a while ago of like him at like a Warriors game, like a basketball game,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
and he's in the
Yeah.
full get up, and he's just like,
Yeah.
and you're like, what? The people next to him must have been just like, who the heck is this dude?
I feel bad if you got a seat behind him.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
All right. So, yeah. Moving. Let's move on to actually talk about some video games for a little bit.
Oh wait, we're a video game thing. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So Cyberpunk had like a little, I don't want to call it press conference, but kind of like a little like show off event video this past week. This was on June 26th or 25th rather, so that would have been Thursday. It was Night City Wire episode 1, which of course implies there will be multiple episodes to it. And yeah, they got a lot of, they showed off a lot of stuff. They showed off a lot of gameplay, a little bit more about Cyberpunk 2077. My personal favorite thing about this was they announced an anime based on Cyberpunk 2077, done by Studio Trigger, one of Matt and I's favorite animation studios. So they did Kill la Kill, Darling in the Franxx, Gurren Lagann, My Little Witch, Academia. So yeah, the Cyberpunk spin-off anime is going to be its own kind of thing. It'll be in 2022, Netflix exclusive. So yeah. Anyway,
Nice.
but again, talking about the game, we saw a lot of the game, during this whole thing.
We had, like,
You know
20
what's
minutes.
yeah, we saw quite a bit, but the funny part is that most of it, minus like one gameplay picture that they talked about, at least for what I've watched, entirely prologue.
Yeah.
Which like they've talked so much about like all the footage and stuff, or at least the vast majority of what we've seen in terms of footage, prologue.
Yeah.
And it's like, how like in depth does this game go?
Right.
Yeah.
Like how crazy does it get?
That'd be a pretty
Because
long
it
game.
already looks pretty insane. But if most of the insane stuff we've seen so far is the prologue, I got some stuff packing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do. CD's gonna pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gonna absolutely go for it. They have delayed it like 3 times, so they better get on it.
Right. That's what I'm hoping. It's like, this better be like the most polished game to have ever come out ever,
I
This
don't
better
doubt it.
not be a single bug. Okay. For all the delays and everything. Andrew, we were talking a little bit before the podcast. Game looks cool and everything, environmentally, aesthetically, and everything, but you're still concerned about the gameplay, and I do kind of like share some of your concern. The driving looks fine, but I don't think I'm super sold on the first-person stuff yet.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. It's like the shooting looks. Well, I haven't played it, so I can't tell. But like, it doesn't look like it's gonna be a great shooter.
No. Okay.
And if that's like primarily what you're doing, like combat-wise,
Yeah.
then it's just gonna not. I'm just not gonna want to play for 50 hours.
Yeah.
And if like I get it, like there's a story and there's like character building, world building. That's all great and it looks fantastic. I love the colors. I love like the wasteland they kind of showed off. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Badlands. I'm not sure what they're calling it.
Huh.
It all looks interesting, but then like when you boil it down, I'm like, oh man, if this shooting just feels like I'm, shooting a pea shooter or what have you at these people, then it's gonna not go well.
Right.
because I had that exact problem with Outer Worlds last year. I played it on PC. I don't play too many like story shooters on PC,
Yeah.
and the shooting just felt so loose and bad, and like just turned me off from playing it because I was just like, this doesn't. I don't like the main combat of the game that I'll be doing for 30 hours. I mean, the story's cool, but it's like clicking heads just doesn't feel good in that game, right? So
no, it doesn't.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried about. It did look cool though. They had like some cool options, like that spider thing that was doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
They talk about like, oh, don't always have to go loud, which is nice as well. Because a lot of games just make you just murder everybody all the time, right? I don't know. I'm still interested in it. And I'm just. I don't know. I feel like for me, it maybe it just needs to come out. Maybe I just need to play it. I think is the issue. Like I'm just done like watching things. It's like just get me in front of that.
Already.
Yeah, just get me in front of that game, even if it's a preview or what have you. Like just get me in front of it. I want to see how it feels because you've been hyping this up for so long, and
right. And it's impossible to go play it at an event too right now. So it's
unless they send out some kind of digital preview codes or what have you.
Yeah.
They said they gave stuff to like press people in terms of like, here's a demo or something for you to try out.
That's true. I did see that some people have said they had played it. So maybe I will go dig around and
Can we get something like that?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Reach out
CD
to
Projekt, come on now.
and see what their thoughts on the actual how it felt.
The gameplay feel, yeah.
Yeah, because like when I'm playing like Call of Duty, I'm like, that's what a good shooter feels.
Oh
like.
yeah, it's like the guns feel like weighty and everything, like feel like you're actually like shooting someone, not
really,
but I mean it's like you actually feel like there's power behind the weapon, it's not
there's
just
the term you're looking for.
Exactly. And I don't expect every game to feel like Modern Warfare because they obviously spend a lot of time getting that feeling down to make it feel good. But if it's gonna feel like I'm just like holding on to like a paper gun and shooting like BBs or whatever, it's not gonna go well for me.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, fair enough. Anthony, what are your thoughts?
Well, initially when I saw Cyberpunk when it was first announced, I was not into it at all.
Okay.
Now I'm into it.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm into it.
I mean, I haven't seen this latest trailer and like this latest gameplay at all for being busy this week.
It's all from the prologue, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Everything in the trailer was just from the prologue. That's why I'm like, if this prologue goes crazy, what's the rest of it going to be like?
So a couple of things with like CD games specifically, like The Witcher. Yes, there is a lot of combat in The Witcher. It's like mainly sword combat and whatever. But I don't know, with Cyberpunk, I don't feel like combat is going to be a major thing in the game. I feel like it's going to be like a secondary kind of element in a sense.
A vehicle to get you to the story.
Exactly. So I don't feel like the main. It's not going to be like a Mass Effect where like it's an RPG where it is gunplay kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be very much. I don't know. CD games are weird. I feel like they're going to do something extremely different to what they've ever done before. I feel like this is going to be a game that nobody's ever seen before with regard to something that's extremely unique. I don't think they're going to put a massive amount of reliance on combat, to be honest. So I'm not worried about the combat element. I'm mainly worried about where the story goes, because at the end of the day, you play an RPG predominantly for a decent story.
Right, but like I'm not gonna want to keep playing through the story if I have to slog through combat in between every story bit, though. That's the thing, right?
You say that, but you play WoW.
Oh, okay.
But WoW's not a story game.
It can be. But,
Taylor plays WoW for the
story. The combat in WoW wasn't even that bad, though. Like it didn't used to be all that bad.
I say that because you've been soloing through WoW for a while now.
I know, for like 2 years. Anyway, but
it's
I don't know. It's like I'm not expecting it to be perfect or anything. I'm just saying, like it needs to be at least passable. That's the thing.
Yeah,
here's the.
I feel like it will be.
Okay.
Like, I don't imagine the combat will be bad by any sense though, because I know there's been how many delays, and we know CD Projekt tries to, make sure what they're doing is right. I mean, a lot of people enjoy the Witcher games, and a lot of people enjoy other games that they put out, but it's like, I have faith,
Okay.
especially with the amount of delays that they have. Are there gonna be bugs? Maybe one or two, but nothing extreme.
Mhm.
But it's like I'm pretty confident that they look confident in what they're putting out and what they have to show off, especially with all the partnerships with Trigger, freaking the Keanu Reeves thing, like all of it. I don't think they would be willing to sink so much into it for just to be meh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. So, well, we now have to wait till November because, well, they delayed it once again. And again, it's like this better be the most like polished thing ever to have ever come out. Okay.
Yeah.
Or else I'm a riot.
They haven't done any other games apart from Saints Row 2.
What?
Really?
They did Saints Row 2, apparently.
CD Projekt
CD
Red?
Projekt Red?
Yep.
Really?
Developers CD Projekt Red, Volition, and G5 Entertainment.
I guess they might have contributed. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
But aside from that, they haven't done anything else.
That and The Witcher.
Really?
Yeah, that and The Witcher.
No, CD
They put-
Projekt localization. They did the localization for Saints Row 2. It was developed by Volition. Saints Row 2.
That sounds right. I don't know. That sounds right.
Oh.
Hold on. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, their name is on the game, so they did something with it.
I mean, CD Projekt also did the Witcher stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. I've done The Witcher and that. That's
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, your voice is still insane.
It's just getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll roll with it. Keep going.
Very nice. All right, so I kind of want to wait for Andrew to get back before starting this net story. So.
I could.
Huh?
Like, before we start the next story, we could just kind of talk about, I guess my curiosity is, with what kind of limited knowledge that we have so far, what kind of predictions do you think the game will have in terms of either gameplay or story elements?
Talking about Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk, yes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, or what would you like to see the game have that you haven't seen?
I think like having a really good customization system would be cool. Maybe we've seen that.
Customization, like what exactly?
Like customizing your body, actually. Like, upgrading. Yeah, like.
Play Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like both in terms of like augmentations and customer like design.
Okay, here.
itself?
So it's like, give you an example. Okay, so it's like play around with like the draw distance thing or whatever, right? So it's like, you at a base level you have a certain amount of draw distance or whatever, right? You can upgrade, say, like your optical sensors in your eyes or whatever. That draw distance increases. That's what I mean. That might be interesting.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So, like, you change your settings by, like, adjusting your body, in a sense.
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be an interesting concept. That'd be pretty fun.
How do you get 300 FPS? Gotta get as many muscles as possible.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Just install more eyes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So download moreeyes.com. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, Andrew. We're just talking about Cyberpunk a little bit more. Moving on to the net story here. This is kind of a follow-up to what we were talking about last week when we were talking about pricing of the Xbox and everything. This is coming to us from The Verge, written on June 26th. Microsoft has been planning a second, cheaper, and less powerful next-gen Xbox console. Codenamed Lockhart, it's designed to take most of the key next-gen improvements found in the Xbox Series X and provide them at a lower price point for gaming at 1080p or 1440p. A newly leaked Microsoft document posted on Twitter includes references to this Lockhart console in multiple Project Starlet consoles. Project Starlet was the name Microsoft originally used to reveal its Xbox Series X console before it was officially named. Rumors had suggested two next-gen consoles under the broader Project Scarlet plans, Anaconda, and Lockhart. Microsoft has etched an Anaconda snake into the Xbox Series X mainboard, but the company has never publicly discussed its Lockhart plans. The leaked document also mentions a Lockhart profiling mode. Sources familiar with Microsoft's Xbox plans tell The Verge that this special Lockhart mode is part of the Xbox Series X developer kit. The dev kit, which is codenamed Dante, allows game developers to enable a special Lockhart mode that has a profile of the performance that Microsoft wants to hit with the second console. We understand this includes 7.5 gigs of usable memory, a slightly underclocked CPU speed, and around 4 teraflops of GPU performance. The Xbox Series X includes 13.5 gigs of memory and targets 12 teraflops of GPU performance. Developers will be able to use this Lockhart mode to test their games against its performance profile and do validation checks.
Number one, oh hell, not this again after last week's conversation.
Right? Okay.
Number two, how is this different to the Xbox One S?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to get at last week and everything. It's like this is kind of the equivalent of like a price cut, right, to the current gen consoles that they're still going to keep relevant. Because, supposedly this will be $200.
Right.
That was the point I was trying to do that last week, but no. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still holding
How
what
about
I.
you clarify what you say?
I mean, I don't think this is necessarily a price cut, but it's like a
No.
weird.
It's like a re-release almost.
Yeah, it's like a weird. I don't know what the specs are on the Xbox One.
This is
X.
pretty much the Xbox, just like the Xbox One. Yeah.
The original Xbox One.
Yeah. This
Not
is
the One X.
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on, let me check. Teraflops of Xbox One X.
I think it was like in the higher
Has 6
singles.
teraflops on the Xbox One X. So this is more in line. This is like in between actually, because I guess the original Xbox One only has 1.31 teraflops.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so it might be in between. I don't know. I'm still thinking it's going to be the streaming bots thing that I held.
It's not going to be $200 either. I don't feel like it's going to be $200.
You don't think so? Okay.
No, it's far too cheap. Like if they do $4.99, or like or even like $4.50, this will be around $3.50.
Okay.
300, not 200. I don't feel like it's going to be around 200 at all.
It's so weird to like put out like a half-step console.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand Microsoft's whole approach with this at all.
No.
I don't get it. Like, there's, when you go into a store and there's too many options for something.
Kind of
It's
this.
like I just want one option. This is what I want. I can't be bothered seeing 15 different options for the same item. It's like 15 different types of carrots or something. Like, why do we need 15 types of Xbox consoles? I don't get it.
I can see them trying to do it to get people in their ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
If they can
You
get it
could-
for cheap, but
You can argue it's the same reason why any CPU or GPU manufacturers make different steps in
true.
graphics cards, processors,
yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
I think they're just taking the wrong approach with it.
Yeah. The article really quick goes on to say, while Microsoft hasn't acknowledged Lockhart, the code name can also be found in the company's Xbox One operating system, so the current one, alongside references to Anaconda and Dante, which is the Series X and development kit, respectively. We understand the second next-gen Xbox console will launch alongside the Xbox Series X, providing Microsoft doesn't cancel it at the last minute. Lockhart will likely be named the Xbox Series S, which explains why Microsoft trademarked the Xbox Series branding. So, I'm confused. Please help. Like,
You're not getting any help.
I still think this is going to be a streaming box. Like, I really do. I'm not sure it'll be like.
Didn't they already announce a streaming box?
No, Nvidia did.
Xcloud.
Yeah, and it's like the current streaming box is it's more of like an all digital edition sort of thing.
Sad.
Yeah, the sad edition for the Xbox One.
It's very sad. How many sales did that thing get?
I don't know.
That? Oh dear. I take issue with you needing a PhD to figure out what does what when you're choosing a console. That's what I take issue with, to be honest.
I think the big thing that I don't want to say take issue with, but I think the big thing that's so confusing is that we are trying to make sense and speculate as if they're fact around a very unconfirmed thing yet.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know if this thing actually exists. That's the thing.
We don't even know what we're talking about. We're trying to make sense of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Isn't that science in a nutshell, though?
Yeah, true. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those things where I guess we just have to wait until July or so when Xbox does their next event and hopefully clears this up. Yeah, if not, then, well, we're going to irresponsibly speculate for yet another month, which is fun. Yeah.
As long as we say we're speculating, we're in the clear.
Exactly.
I'm not sure that's how that works, but yeah.
Allegedly is the key word.
Yeah.
Wait, allegedly is the keyword. Speculation is not a legal term that you can use in the court of law.
No.
Mm.
Am I the only one who thinks that's a little bit extra? They've like etched an anaconda snake into the main board of the Xbox Series X.
I mean,
No.
yeah, but it's fun.
I mean, is it? I think it's funny, but it's not unheard of by any stretch.
No,
of
it's
people
not. It's
doing
just
that.
like, really? Okay.
Wait, what was the codename? Was it Anaconda? Was that
Yeah,
the codename?
Anaconda
Okay,
is the
okay.
Series X. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's silly, but whatever.
Yeah. So the way that I understand is like Xbox's next gen plans, like overarching, is called Project Scarlet, and then the Series
okay.
X is referred to as Anaconda, and then the alleged Series S is called Lockhart.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, if you want to, okay. So a console is supposed to be like something easy to buy, right? Like it's for a gamer who doesn't really. I mean, it's kind of like for someone who doesn't really care about, you know.
It's for
Okay,
the
Matt, shut up.
normies.
You plug it in and it works.
Yeah, it's for the normies,
Exactly,
right?
and-
Yeah.
Matt, you muted. And it's for someone who's still muted. There we go. So it's for people who don't care about like customization and whatever.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you want customization, if you want 10 types of consoles or 10 types of something, buy a PC.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
No.
But it's. I guess we're in the. I don't know how to put it, but we're in a day and age where like having some options when it comes to like opportunity or like consoles is not unheard of. I mean, we have 2 Switch variants now. We have a couple PS variants, 3,
Yeah.
3 or 4 Xbox. But I think that like the idea is they need to narrow it down and just communicate better what they're doing. All right, we got a console. That's your basic console. You plug it in, you put your game into it, you're good to go. You got your digital variant, just download, go there. Then, hey, we got a streaming one. That's just it'll stream stuff so it could program it there and put it on your TV.
Yeah.
I think they
Again,
just need to communicate better.
Again, I think the core of the issue is that we're taking Microsoft. We're not technically supposed to know about this. That's the thing, right?
Sure.
So it's like, I think it'll all make a lot more sense when Microsoft officially announces it and actually says what it is. But I mean, right now we're just going on like leaks and speculation as to what this might actually be. And the reason why we're confused is because the leaks and speculations don't necessarily pinpoint what it is either. So
But you know how they can solve that?
by announcing it, well, they're gonna
By
announce it probably in
communicating.
July.
No,
I mean, probably in
no.
July.
Well, yes.
No.
Yes, that's how they can solve it.
Yeah.
But there's an
Yeah.
alternate that you're about to suggest. I know this.
Correct. Okay, so don't announce the thing in December or November.
I
Okay,
don't think
and
they're
then
going
not
to.
give it. No, they did
Oh.
last year. Don't
Oh,
announce
Series X.
Series X in November,
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
and then not say anything for like 7 months.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I mean, that's
When
how the
people want
gaming industry
speculate.
works. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, PlayStation didn't do that.
Right?
Well, yeah, PlayStation did a better job, but it's very common just to announce things and just leave it be for half a year.
Yeah, I know, but still, you're gonna kind
It's
of
just a
ruin
thing
your
that
image.
happens.
God, I wish it'd just be as easy as Sony, where it's like, here's the PS5. There's 2 versions. One has a disc tray, the other doesn't. Go have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of
Do
those
that.
things that like it's it's so common in the gaming place. It's nice when we have a Sony experience of these are your two options. Have fun in 6 months.
Okay.
Or whenever it's gonna release. I have no idea.
I mean, Nintendo does the same thing as well.
Similar, yeah. Like,
So two out of the big three do the same thing.
To be
So
fair, Nintendo's been around a lot longer.
I mean, yeah, but like
comparatively.
maybe Microsoft needs to just jump on board and do it that way.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like the whole like announcing it far too early or like leaking or not leaking it, but yeah, announcing it far too early has shot me in the foot a lot. So people are going to speculate, and I understand that's what the gaming industry is, but Microsoft has not communicated about anything, hardly, and they're letting this stuff leak. So then people are going to speculate, and then you're going to have a problem.
Okay.
Then people are going to lose interest.
I get it. Okay. So you think it would have been like best for Microsoft to just get ahead of this whole thing already at this point?
Yeah,
Oh,
announce it like a week before Sony, or announce it in June, or like get the whole lot out there.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Communication is key, everybody. That's
Right,
what leads to
exactly.
a healthy relationship.
True fact.
Okay. All right. Anything else to say about Microsoft's fiasco? We have the return of the supposed streaming bots that will only cost $200. I don't know. Wait till July, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, wait till July and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Alright.
very interesting to see what they do.
All right. So our last news story of the topic or the podcast is going to be Pokemon Presents for June 24th, 2020. And well, this probably didn't go as Pokemon planned, or Nintendo by extension. So before I say what went down, I'm just going to say that
like to dislike
that the
ratio,
recording
Jesus.
of the press conference currently has 84,000 YouTube likes and 155,000 YouTube dislikes. So if that's any indication, I don't know what is. So basically, the Pokemon company decided to do their own little like separate kind of like direct style event almost to showcase a mobile game, a Pokemon mobile MOBA game.
Oh my.
I thought people wanted a Pokemon MOBA game. Oh, it's mobile.
Mobile
kidding.
MOBA
Just
game.
kidding.
Yeah, mobile MOBA game. And no,
No.
no one's really super into it, I don't think. I'm not sure. At the very least, people were like upset that they didn't just bundle this in with last week's conference.
Let's have a look at the comments, shall we?
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to do that.
yeah. Imagine seeing Blizzard's Diablo Immortal announcement and going, hey, let's do that too. That's what a lot of people are comparing this to, being like, oh, this is like
Oh,
Pokemon's
no.
Diablo Immortal moment.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game hasn't come out yet, has it?
I think it did in China, actually.
Oh, just there. Okay.
Yeah, just in China.
So, just quick interjection. The YouTube channel, the official Pokemon YouTube channel,
Yeah.
has been deleting dislikes,
Oof.
and they can't keep up.
Oh.
Can you delete dislikes on a channel?
You can, yes.
I'm assuming they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I've never known that.
Yeah.
I
And
thought that was completely out of your control.
it depends on how much
Imagine-
clout you have as with YouTube.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Fair enough, I guess.
No, I'm serious. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading one of the comments.
Okay. Yeah. And so, anyway, and okay, the issue that I kind of take with this is like not even the like concept alone or whatever, because like Pokemon mobile game, whatever, I won't play it, right? It doesn't affect me. Why do I care? It's like the Pokemon company didn't even develop this themselves. They hired Tencent's mobile game division to develop this game for them off a contract.
Mhm. I mean, it could be good,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I think people want the MOBA, but not a phone version, right? Like
Probably. I'd say so.
Who did Pokemon Go?
Neontech.
Niantic.
They're a European development agency.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do them again? Use them again.
they have a style of game, I think, that they kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally only
ma-
do Pokemon Go style games.
They did
Yeah.
one before that. I forgot what it was called, but it was very
It-
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it uses the exact same type of like engine and information to create it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just they got really good at making Pokemon Go stuff. So,
Yeah.
and the game is really flushed out since then.
Oh, I'm sure it's much better.
Since Pokemon Go's launch.
But people liked it at launch, though. So
Right. That was
Yeah.
huge. It was back when you could go outside whenever you wanted. Let me tell you, 2016 was a crazy year.
I was wild with this one.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa.
Yeah, that probably the release of that was crazy because I'm somebody who's super up late at night. Like I'll casually do stuff or go out at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and that time I would just take my longboard and go out the park and just circle it forever. The park quote unquote closes at 11,
Right.
but like there were so many people just chilling and hanging out there on their phones playing Pokemon Go. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
like
No,
5
seriously.
in
Yeah.
the morning,
Hey,
straight up.
Especially in
It's just
Arizona
like-
when it's so hot during the daytime. You know.
the only time
Yeah.
you really can comfortably go out is night.
Yeah.
And it's like nice going to a park because there's not that much concrete that holds heat in.
Yeah.
So everybody just chills in the grass, relaxing. Yeah, it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So-
it's not a good time. This game though.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. Right. I
That's
don't know.
fair.
Did anyone want this though? Like, I'm not sure
No.
anyone really wanted this necessarily.
Sometimes
No.
things, you never know you want it, but turns out it's good. So
Okay.
it's always a nice surprise, right?
Yeah. Fair enough. Andrew, I applaud your optimism.
I mean, I'm not gonna play it. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Yes.
This is not in my wheelhouse.
Nah,
Yeah.
Not my
Same.
fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I am not
but-
playing this at all.
The more power to
You're a
people,
MOBA player though.
they like it.
Like occasional League of Legends, but even that's a garbage
Wait,
game.
hold on. Am I getting something confused? MOBA is that the like? League of
MOBA is
Legends
like League of
style?
Legends.
Oh, okay. Never
MOBA,
mind.
League of
I
Legends
was,
and Dota.
What were you? Wait, what were you thinking this originally was?
I was thinking MMO for some
Oh
reason.
no.
Oh.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Pokemon Go is so much closer to an MMO than.
Well, I was thinking that one that came out on PC recently, Tin Tam Tam. something
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that.
No idea.
It's like a knockoff Pokemon MMO. It's
Mhm.
Okay.
I
I might play this.
I forgot what it's called exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Whew. Okay, that's way different. Now I'm like,
Now you're retracting all your statements, all the optimism, right out that
Wow.
window.
a little, but my bigger complaint is like I think you missed the window by a good couple years on this one.
Right. What was that big like? It's not Raid Shadow Legends, and it's not. It's definitely not League of Legends. What's that like phone MMO that was popular? Not MMO, MOBA that was popular a couple years
I don't-
ago.
It's not Raid.
Oh, I
No,
know
it's
what
not
you mean.
Raid.
No, not.
You're gonna have to be more descriptive, I guess.
I'm trying to think of the name. It's literally just a phone MOBA that was really popular. You could probably here. Hold on.
Arena of something.
Yes, hold on. Phone MOBA. Arena of Valor. Yes.
Arena of Valor.
This one.
Oh, that
Vainglory was
even
very
heard of it.
similar to League.
Vainglory was another one. I know Vainglory because actually Fnatic had a pro team for that.
The same.
Funny
Yeah.
enough that I'm wearing their shirt.
They got the same development team that did Arena of Valor to do this Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Temtem is the one I was thinking.
Okay.
That's PC.
Yeah.
All right. So, Matt, any hopes for this game at all?
I'm not a MOBA guy, so I don't want to comment.
Fair enough. Anthony, as someone who likes to enjoy the occasional game of League of Legends.
Yes, I might actually check this out, to be honest, unfortunately.
Okay.
I have my interest peaked.
Okay. Andrew, what's up? What did you say?
Oh, I was just thinking. I've seen people play League on like PC, and there's a lot of clicking going on. I don't know. It really transfers well to a phone, but
Supposedly
not-
it does.
Look, it's not helpful when your ping is 249.
Okay.
well, obviously, but
No, but
That's me.
It's not
like
helpful when you don't
me
get
doing
a kill.
this constantly just seems
Okay,
not
man,
fun.
shut up.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, kills.
Andrew, didn't check this game out.
When?
No, I will never play
Okay.
this game.
Yeah, I have zero interest in this. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, well, everybody disliked that, and everybody will remember that. It's like
This should have gone to PC.
right. It's like Telltale plays Walking Dead.
This should have gone to
Yeah,
PC or Switch. Like, why isn't this on Switch?
No idea.
I don't get it.
Because they're not making it, most likely.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's a little bit too steep for Nintendo to have like a Chinese company make something for their own platform as opposed to just like a phone is like a neutral platform.
Yeah, because it's important for people to remember that the Pokemon Company and Game Freak, as it was also known as, completely separate entity than Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's like they're not linked in any way. It just happens that it's one of Nintendo's biggest things.
Yeah. The deals are secret over there. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so I think that'll wrap up the news segment. And checking out the time here, subsequently the podcast it was very news heavy podcast this week. But before we wrap up the show, Anthony, what games are coming out this next week?
Not a whole heap actually.
Okay.
So it is. I'm just trying to figure out the dates real quick.
Although there are some pretty sick deals going on during the Steam Summer Sale right now. So if you want to pick up a game you've had your eye on for a while, now's probably the best time to go get it, in all honesty. So, yeah.
Actually, there are a few things. So coming out, there's actually quite a bit coming out today. Funnily enough.
Oh, okay.
So this is June. So June, where are we? There we go. Wow, a lot coming out. So Sinking City. Wait, this is the wrong year. Yeah, this is the wrong year. The 2020 list is gone again.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2020 list is going again. I love it.
Just
I have a
Google it,
certain
man.
list. I am. They have a certain. Oh, here it is. They have a certain list that I usually go off
Uh-huh.
that keeps disappearing. Okay, I now have it. So that's good. 2 games. Trackmania is going to PC on July 1st.
that's right.
And Marvel's Iron Man VR is coming to PSVR on July 3rd. And that's it.
Whoa.
Fun. Okay. All right. So, Andrew, where can the good people find you on Twitter?
Yeah, you guys can find me at Duronsky, Duronski, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter are my main sources. Say hi. I'll make sure to respond.
All right. Awesome. Any news on the Last of Us spoiler discussion podcast next week?
I have to pitch it to some of the people who finished it
Okay.
in our Slack channel and
Okay.
see what people. I don't know if it'll be a live thing or not. I'm not sure what schedules look like.
Okay.
But I would love to get some people's thoughts just kind of out. And I want to discuss it. It's an interesting game to discuss.
Fair enough. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Matt, where can people find you on Twitter?
Twitter?
Yes.
You could find me at Filmed by G-Man, where I'm pretty confident outside of a comment to Taylor. My most recent comment was probably me accidentally tweeting something when my phone was on in my pocket or something.
Really? Okay.
If I remember correctly.
All right. And then
I
also,
actually
what's
left my
that one
phone
tech
open.
YouTube channel?
Hey, I was getting to that plug, but if you insist, Culture Gaming's affiliated tech YouTube channel is Tech for Thought, where you can get caught up on all the latest news in regards to tech stuff, as well as just general commentary about things, because that's what we do. You'll find me.
Videos and doesn't stream.
That's a true fact right there.
All right. Anthony, where can people find you on Twitter?
I'm at SameAntman19. I don't tweet at all.
Okay.
I mainly do the social media stuff and run giveaways and stuff on Twitter every so often.
Mhm.
Manage all that. So if you want to get in contact with me over there, I mean, if you're wanting to get in contact with me in general, you can do so over there.
Okay. Awesome. You can find me on Twitter at InfuriousElic or Infurious7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. It's mostly just anime stuff lately. So, yeah, go check it out over there. Anyway, so I think that'll about wrap it up. We hope to be back next week with an update on the Dr. Disrespect story. And maybe we'll be ever so much closer to figuring out what the hell the Xbox Series S is. Yeah, so probably an exciting show next week, hopefully. Again, tune in live, twitch.tv/culturegaming, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. That'll be July 4th, I think, actually. No,
Yeah. Which.
it'll be July 6th. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I'm thinking, no. No, it will be July 4th. Yeah, I was right.
July
I was looking
4th.
I was reading the calendar wrong. Yeah.
Think about it.
Dang.
Yeah,
I will not
okay.
be there.
Actually, yeah, we might need to, if it's a American holiday,
It is a
we might
holiday.
need to cancel the podcast next week. I'm not sure. All right, we'll talk about it internally. Yeah, we'll talk about it internally and figure it
Find
out.
out.
All right. Anyway,
No.
So, yeah, we'll see you either next week or 2 weeks. Hopefully updates on stories, etc., as well as all the news that happened since then. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We hope to see you all next time. Where's my outro?